Hey, Andreas, this is Ryan with TrendLizard.com. I got your email. I'm going to take a look at United Health for you, UnitedHealth Group, ticker UNH, a stock that was incepted back in 1990. This is one that we've taken a look at before. I'm not sure if it was for you or somebody else, but I do have data on it. So a little bit of a review, but certainly there is new data and things to consider. So since its inception back in 1990, it's basically done two things. It's given us trendy up legs and larger counter trend pullbacks. Trendy up leg, larger counter trend pullback. What we notice, obviously, and as it should be, once we see the completion of a big trendy up leg, UNH goes into a prolonged multi-year, or at least in this case, large, choppy, untradeable counter trend move. When this 5-wave move completed, it underwent a very large correction at that time. Might have taken a year and a half, something like that, but very substantial. So obviously the trend here, while it's not clear how to label this thing overall, it's pretty clear that when you get the completion of a 5-wave move to the upside on any larger time frame, the expectation has to be for a much larger correction that lasts a very long time and does some substantial drawdowns along the way, as this one did. So obviously, with this move that's happened off the 2008 low, when this leg completes, it's going to make sense for pretty much any time frame trader to want to step aside to get out of the way for this type of action here. So that is the premise. So let's go ahead and zoom in on this action off the 2008 low. So here is what we have off of that low. And to me, it looks like a 5-wave move that is probably getting closer to completion. If we step back here, we can see this is by far the longest bull run that this guy's really ever been in such a sustained way. Shorter, even shorter. This is a pretty long move here. So as I said, if you look at it, look at the details, it's easy to make a case that it's getting closer to the high of a larger 5-wave advance. And when it does, we'd have to think that a multi-year correction is on its way. As is, it's still bullish, but I think it is getting closer. And so I think we need to be on our guard for any indication that things are changing. So now let's go ahead and zoom in on this action off the 2020 low to see what we can find here. And when we do that, we can find a move that also looks like it could be a completing 5-wave move. We got a 5-wave move for wave 1, 3-wave pullback for wave 2, 5-wave move for wave 3, 3-wave pullback for wave 4, and what appears to be the start of a 5th wave up. It should ultimately become a 5-wave move before it completes. But as you can tell, it seems to be getting pretty close when you have a, what do we got, 12, 13 year up leg here that looks like a completing 5-wave move. And then we zoom in on this, maybe 2-year, a little bit longer than 2-year up leg in the position of wave 5 that also looks like it's completing here. So it does look like the uptrend is still intact, and until anything changes, you have to ride with the uptrend, because sometimes things can extend and go much longer than we think. But it's not hard to make a case that this guy is getting closer and closer to a very important high. So I think we have to take that into account when holding this guy. Let's go ahead and zoom in and look at this action off of the 2022 low. Now, the move off of that low recorded in June looks bullish. It's already retraced all of this downside action off of April's high. That's a good thing. It confirms that this is a counter trend down move, no matter how you want to label it, and that this very well could be the resumption of the uptrend. If it is the resumption of the uptrend, UNH needs to stay above 512 at all times. If at any point it moves below that level, we'll have to conclude that this 4th wave is not yet over. That would point UNH back down to June's low before it ultimately turns higher and gives us that 5th wave advance. So I think you have to be bullish on this guy because, again, the trend is up. The most recent pullback is clearly a counter trend move. It has to be, because it's been completely retraced. So the only expectation can be that higher prices are coming and that the uptrend is still intact. And we should get a completed 5-wave move to the upside before this is in a position for that larger pullback to begin. So remain bullish. Just be very aware that this thing could be getting much closer to a very significant high, at which point I think it'd be time to step away and not hold UNH at that time. And if we get a move below 512, again, expect a larger 4th wave correction back down to that 450 area before price turns back up. So Andreas, I hope that's helpful. Have a wonderful weekend. Let me know if you have any questions about this. Take care.